However, I think I'll run along now, if you don't mind.
You're holding the gun.
So I am, to be sure. Good evening.
Good evening.
A very polite type, only he points. With a gun yet.
Louis, I've got to stay here. In case of further visits, but, will you...
Mr. Templar, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. My arches just fell.
Look, I need a copy of the book, The Birds and Bees of East Orange.
Nobody needs a copy of a book like that.
It's late. You may have trouble locating a copy, but if you can get hold of May Owen and...
Of May Owen? I'm on my way.
But, Louis, you're tired.
Who says?
You're sleepy.
Did Edison sleep?
Your arches fell.
I'll pick him up on my way out. So long.
Oh, one thing, Louis.
Yeah?
One man's already been killed because of that book. Be careful. Don't add another chapter to it, Come in. Hello, Louis.
Hello.
Well, did you...
Yeah, we got the book. Yeah, May Owen went home to sleep. Hey, Mr. Templar, you should hear the kind of language a bookseller uses when you wake him in the middle of the night to ask him about the birds and the bees. Very educated language, too.
I'm sorry.
Full of synonyms. Did you have any visitors?
No.
Uh-huh.
You were gone a couple of hours. I'm worried.
Well, anyway, we got a copy of that book. Here.
Thank you, Louis. I could continue waiting, but,
But you ain't the patient type, huh?
No, Louis.
Yeah. Well, no one's been shot for at least a couple hours.
I don't like murderers, Louis. They kill people.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that before.
Well...
Hotel Bolivar. Good evening.
Oh, Mr. Bieber, please.
1 minute, sir.
Thank you. I'll hold on.
Bieber? But that's the guy who was here.
Yes, I know.
Oh, he also will use very educated language on being waked up.
Yes?
Mr. Bieber, this is Simon Templar.
Yes, Mr. Templar.
I know it's late, but, Mr. Bieber, I have a book lying on my table.
Oh?
The title of it is The Birds and Bees of East Orange.
How did you get it?
That isn't important. I just thought you'd be interested.
I'll be right over. Wait for me.
Of course. Goodbye.
You bought him another copy?
Louis, he's on his way over here, therefore...
Yeah, therefore what?
Therefore, suppose we get started on our way.
Oh, sure. On our way to where?
His hotel.
Well, it's a nice lobby, but Mr. Templar, Bieber ain't going to be in.
No, perhaps not.
Yes, sir?
We'd like to see Mr. Bieber, please.
Mr. Bieber?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Bieber is out.
You sure?
Yes, sir. I saw him go.
Oh, thank you. Come on, Louis.
Fine. You tell Bieber you got a book for him. He rushes to your apartment, but before he gets there, you take the book, you go to his hotel to find out what you already knew.
Yes, sir, that's true, Louis.
What, I'm not supposed to understand?
Louis, get in your cab. I'm going to take a walk.
What's the matter? Something suddenly went wrong with the cab?
No, but I want to see how many steps I can take before someone picks me up, me and the book.
Oh.
Go on, Louis.
Okay, but my inferiority complex is growing like anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Simon, darling.
8 steps. Mm-hmm.
What?
But, Wendy, you're not the one.
I'm not what one?
The one I expected to... Oh, never mind. Louis! Let's have a cab.
Simon Templar, what do you mean by grabbing me, throwing me into a cab, and then refusing to talk to me?
Why were you watching outside the hotel?
I wasn't. And you still haven't explained.
Wendy, I can't.
Why not?
Because your perfume is so strong, so...
Oh, you're lying.
Oh, very well. Then because I'm afraid that we're rushing towards death.
Hey, your door was open, Mr. Templar.
Yes.
Ah, your apartment's very nice, Simon.
Thank you, but he isn't.
Well.
Oh, it's Mr. Bieber. He's grinning at us.
Grinning? Not exactly, Wendy.
Mr. Templar, he...
Yes, shot. And dead. Very dead.
Simon, we didn't do anything about Mr. Bieber.
Well, what would you suggest? Artificial respiration?
No, I mean, you didn't notify the police or...
Mr. Bieber can wait. He has all eternity to wait in.
Yeah, this I understand, but why are we going to the bookstore?
I don't know. Let's say to see if it's open or shut,
I don't
huh?
want to go there. I don't want to go any place except home.
Not quite yet, Wendy. I think it's time we cleared up a few things.
I don't understand.
Stand? Your part in this entire business, the business itself, is about as subtle as the way you use perfume.
But
Wendy, you, Bieber, and Piper were involved in something illegal. Something that was regular and had continuity. The fact that the dead man in the bookstore, Dugan, was a gambler indicates
I refuse to listen to you.
that the three of you were engaged in gambling, a betting ring, say. No answer? Well, that's answer enough. Since your activities were illegal, and since the police have been actively engaged in breaking up such rings, you had to take steps to avoid being seen together, suspected together, convicted together.
You're making all this up.
Yeah, you distrusted even the telephone, since phone wires have been tapped rather frequently of late. Therefore, one of you struck on the circulating library idea. Yeah, messages could be conveyed by means of a book agreed upon in advance. A book and a code. That book was The Birds and Bees of East Orange. You could be sure no one else would be especially interested in a book of that kind.
Simon, you're...
Yes?
Quite right.
The messages dealt mainly with,
Payoffs.
Bieber had reserved the book. Therefore, he was innocent of Dugan's murder. Dugan, who had tumbled to the setup and thought of cutting himself in, is that right?
I guess so, Simon.
Hey, Mr. Templar, bookstore's closed.
Small, no one would be hiding there. Wendy, who brought in the book for Bieber to pick up? You or Piper?
I don't want to tell you.
Oh, don't be an idiot. I know the answer. It confirms your innocence so far as Dugan's murder goes.
Does it? Well, I brought the book in.
In that case, you know where the money for the payoff is, huh? Where?
Well, we had several places, but this one's a rented room.
Give Louis the address, huh? Maybe we won't be late again. Maybe we won't find another corpse grinning at us.
Simon, you don't think I killed anyone, do you?
No, Wendy.
Well, is it because of chivalry or something?
No. I'll tell you about it some rainy night.
Well, I'll keep in close touch with the weathermen. But, Simon, Bieber's dead and so's Dugan. That leaves only Piper. So why are you afraid of another murder? There isn't anyone left to kill.
You're forgetting May Owen, aren't you?
Oh, the girl who owns the bookstore? Oh, she had nothing to do
Only an idiot could have failed to notice the fact that an obscure book was being regularly taken out by the same three people. May noticed. She must have put in a lot of study on that book.
You mean she figured out what it was all about?
Well, this is the place, Mr. Templar.
Oh, good. You can come along with us, Louis.
Sure.
It's upstairs.
Oh. Ooh, noisy steps. There's no use trying to keep quiet. Perhaps it won't be necessary.
But, Simon, May came to you. Why would she have done that?
Dugan's corpse in her store was too hard to explain. Forced her hand.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's the second door down, Simon.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My dear girl.
Dear
girl, me. I have a gun, and I know how to use it, too.
Of course you do, but why bother? After all, surely we can come to an agreement.
Not with you. I don't trust you, so you just
Let's
stand
drop
there
in and
where
say
you are.
hello, huh?
I'll take that gun now.
I hope we're not intruding.
Oh, not at all. Thank you, Mr. Templar. Girl was about to shoot me. I hate being shot. Messy.
No doubt.
Oh, she looks so innocent, too. You know, I don't like girls who go around murdering people. It gives us such a bad name.
Murdering people. Oh.
Hey, look, she fainted.
Keep away from her. She's faking. I'll take a look at her.
And while you do, this chair should...
Hey, Mr. Templar, what's the matter? You didn't like him?
Piper? I prefer him unconscious. I don't like men who go around murdering people. Gives the human race such a bad name.
Simon,
Yes, Wendy?
I know Piper killed Dugan and Mr. Bieber, but I don't know why.
Oh, Piper decided to play Monopoly, Wendy. He wanted all the money for himself. Playing Monopoly is fun, but Piper added murder to it. You see, he arrived at the bookstore out of turn in order to find out where the payoff money was, intending to grab it and disappear.
But Dugan was already there, so Piper killed him. But it might have been Mr. Bieber or me who killed Dugan.
No. Dugan was unarmed. And why did he have to be killed? Obviously only to shut his mouth. About what? The fact that his killer had arrived at the bookstore out of turn.
Yeah, I understand that. Except at that time, you didn't know that it couldn't have been me.
Oh, but I did know. As I've mentioned on several occasions, you use perfume liberally. Dugan's body was warm when I found him, but there were no traces of perfume in the air. There would have been had you been in the store that recently.
Mm-hmm. Simon, you know, it's very cold in this room.
Oh, I'm sorry. We must wait for the police. Louis must have found a phone by now.
But, until they get here...
Wendy, the perfume you use, it's taboo, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You like it?
Yes, very much. But do you know what taboo means?
What, Simon?
Among savages, it means out of bounds. Do not touch.
Oh, Simon.
Who's a savage?
You have been listening to another transcribed adventure of the Saint, the Robin Hood of modern crime. Now here's our star, Vincent Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, portrait of an American. Picture of the research scientist dedicated to the destruction of disease. Today, a handful of such specialists have launched a campaign in their laboratory battlefields against the vicious cripplers arthritis and rheumatism. The organization known as Arthritis is moving against these diseases which have caused such pain in the lives of 7.5 million people. Uppermost in the minds of the men behind this organization are these facts. No one is free from the threat of arthritis and rheumatism, and as yet scientists have found no specific cure for them. Now the non-profit organization Arthritis has taken the field. The fight against arthritis and rheumatism is on. The fight for the health and well-being of us all. This is Vincent Price inviting you to join us again next week at this same time for another exciting adventure of the Saint. Good night.
This adventure of the Saint was written by Louis Vittes. In our cast, you heard Gigi Pearson as Wendy and Betty Moran as May. Ted Osborne was Mr. Bieber, Harry Brown, the hotel clerk, Barney Phillips was Peter, and Edmund McDonald, Lieutenant Manelli. Louis is played by Larry Dobkin. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris, is a James L. Safier production. Vincent Price is soon to be seen co-starring in RKO's production of His Kind of Woman. All you Saint fans will be glad to know that the Saint comic books are on sale at all newsstands. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC. There's fun and adventure for you in your big NBC Sunday evening lineup. For fun, it's the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show with friend Frankie, Brother Willie, and charming Julius. For adventure, Joel McRae stars in another story of the modern-day Wild West when he portrays Ranger Jace Pearson in Tales of the Texas Rangers. Now stay tuned for Phil Regan's Camp Show, next on NBC.